What's up, guys? Battle against Wilechase today. I asked for a battle, he accepted, and we agreed on OU. So, I've used this team before, and he's using the standard Fire, Water, Grass core with Terrakion. So, anyway, starting off the match, he leads with Swampert, which I was glad to see because I wanted to lead off with Mew, and if he led off with Scizor, I would have been kicking myself. So he gets his Stealth Rocks up, which obvious, and I'm just doing my you know this Mew, guys, but Chase doesn't. He does not know about Chives, so he sees like double status and Tailwind, and he was rather confused. But that was just all the better for me because everything was a surprise for him. So I get my Tailwind up and time to U-turn out to something that will benefit from Tailwind. So Salamence comes in here, and because I wasn't worried about being burned because I'm special, and I go for a Hydro Pump here, and it's like, you gotta understand that when I'm battling, like most of my thought process is, dude, what if he did this and I did this and it was awesome? And so I was like, dude, what if you switched into Heatran, expecting a Dragon move, and I Hydro Pumped? And just think about it, man. Just think about it. If he switched, that would have been so cool. But he didn't. He stayed in, and I died to an Ice Beam. So, that did not work out for me. I didn't really care, though, because I was just having fun with it. But, he's actually making logical moves and stuff, and I'm definitely not quite on the same level of logic as he is right now. So I eventually, I don't do anything. His Swampert just dies to poison, but I get rocks up and I was doing other stuff. I wasn't even paying attention. This was another one of those things. I thought that he would substitute. I was like, dude, if he substitutes and I Whirlwind, just think about it, man. Just think about it. And then he just Fire Blasted and I die. So I'm like, alright, no more of that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to play as serious as I possibly can for the rest of the match, and we'll just see how that goes for me. And this is a Choice Banded Terrakion I have in here, and Close Combat did actually a good amount to the Celebi. I was expecting it to not do half, which it did about half, and so I just bring in Mew now because I know Celebi can do a lot of bullshit, and Mew is the bullshit lightning rod of my team. It is there to accept all the shenanigans that would plague the rest of my team otherwise. So I think the para over to him, which is nice just because it inconveniences him, and it lets me do my shit because I don't mind being paralyzed. So I set up Tailwind, and the sad thing is I kind of knew I'd be slower than him, even after Tailwind, because I'm paralyzed. And this U-turn, I knew right there that he was not banded by any means, because that U-turn would have destroyed me if he was banded. And so I was like, alright, what item does he have? I was thinking Expert Belt like the entire match, but at the end we will see if I am right or not. So just keep that in the back of your head. He brings back in Celebi because he got natural cured, but I Thunder Wave again. And so he's paralyzed again. So I'm like, man, this is really getting, to be inconvenient for you, isn't it? And I U-turn out of there. That is a literal smidgen of HP right there. That is the definition of a smidgen. I was so pissed when I saw that didn't kill him. But it doesn't really matter anyway because he's going to leave Celebi in this turn. And I'm just going to Stone Edge him because I was like, well, if he switches in Heatran, I don't want to X-Scissor. And if he stays in, I don't want to Close Combat expecting the switch. So I just go with the safe middle ground, and Stone Edge hits, which should brighten anybody's day. He brings in Landorus, and I'm like, dude, he's definitely choiced, and he's going for a ground move. And I bring in Gengar, and I'm just like, got him. And so now I know he has to switch, because in the Skype call, he was like, oh, no! Or something to that effect, and he was freaking out. So I trick. And he brings in a Latios, and I'm like, if this bitch is scarfed, I swear to God. And he's fucking scarfed. I'm like, God damn it. And then he's timid. I was just like, this is bullshit, Chase. This is bullshit. Why don't you run a modest Latios like I want you to, so I can risk a speed tie? And then I bring in Gallade, and here I just throw an Ice Punch out. I'm just like, he switches in Landorus, and I'm like, oh, get Ice Punched on the Switch, you freaking nerd. God, I'm so good at this game. You just can't handle it. Can't handle Gallade, man. And so I was riding on that pretty much the rest of the game, just snagging that Landorus on the switch in. And now I'm kind of a bulky Gallade, so I was really surprised when this Fire Blast one hit me. I mean, I know I was not at full HP, but still. And then I saw he was Life Orb, and I was like, well, okay, whatever. I didn't notice at the rest of the game that he had Life Orb anyway, so yeah, I guess that's a thing. And now I decide to just close combat, expect him to stay in because he wants to fodder the Heatran. And he knows that this Terrakion could do serious damage to the rest of his team, so he doesn't want to really risk a switch, I guess. But he brings in a Scizor now, and I'm like, well, that's not going to work out for me. So Chive's kind of acting as death fodder at this point. He superpowers, and I live the superpower, and I'm like, this bitch is definitely not choice banded. Just reinforcing my notion from earlier. I mean, he lived the U-turn and the superpower. And so 2 superpowers now, that Scizor was not going to be able to do a whole lot. And I was still kind of thinking he may have been Expert Belt and just like using one move just to trick me instead of switching up his moves. But again, we'll see in a second if that's what happens or not. So he brings in Latios as fodder, and Terrakion's all I have left at this point. So Stone Edge is my best option. It can kill Scizor and it can kill Latios. So I mean, why not? And Stone Edge hit again, so that's weird. And then he superpowers me, and he's scarfed, so that's why he outspeeds me. So that's a thing. And I lose 1-0. So it was a pretty good game, despite the fact that I was kind of sandbagging and dicking around at the beginning and lost a third of my team for no logical reason whatsoever. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. It was a good game, Chase. I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.